Okay, so I'm going to make a video on replacing the panel for the GE Microwave. As you can see, it's pretty old looking and it just started going out. It allows you to push the express cook buttons, but that's about it. So I'll open it up and see inside, and you can see the model number. This is a model JVM1540CN1SS. And this is a 2008, and we're in 2022. So again, we're going to replace this panel here, and we'll get started on that. First thing you want to do is unplug the power. So usually on the top, there'll be a power cable back here. So we'll just grab that and unplug it. And again, when I started the video, I said that the panel keypad didn't work. And these buttons here did work, so I could actually cook. We could push one and that would be 1 minute, that would be 2 minutes. But none of the starter clear or the clock or anything like that would work. Couldn't add 30 seconds, that wouldn't work. It was just this center section that would work. So what we're gonna do is take it apart. So we'll go grab some tools and we'll get started. Okay, well, we grab our tools for this, and basically you just need a screwdriver. It's a Phillips head screwdriver. There's a screw located right here on the top. There's actually another one over here, and I'm going to take those out. Start with this one. We'll just save those. Come over to this one. Screws down here. Okay, so I just opened the door to make it a little easier to grab it. Slide it to the left, and then it lifts right out. Okay, so and then there's the panels here. And there's one screw right here. Another Phillips head screw, a little short one. Remember, the power is unplugged. Okay, so that's the screws up here. Now there's another screw down here. It's right there. And you have to unscrew that one. Now this one's actually a little bit longer screw than the others. We got some flathead screws. Those are the ones that go on the top. I always want to remember where the screws come out of so you can put them back. So this one came out of the top of the panel. This one came out from the bottom of the panel. It's a little bit longer. Once those screws are out, the panel should just come right out. So you lift it up and it comes right off. And what I'm going to do is disconnect these cables. First, you always want to take a picture of what you have, see where the cables go so you know where to put them back. All the cables are different, so they can only go one way. Okay, so I've disconnected the panel, and you can see the wires there left over. They're all plugs. You have to press these to pull them out because they have little locking clips. You just squeeze that and pull it right out. Then you end up with this panel. This panel has a cable, and this is the little problem of the panel going out, is this ribbon wears out. The key touch pads, I guess there are pressure pads, eventually wear out. At least that we hope that's the case. Now to get this off, you just kind of lift up on the edges. There's a little, it raises up. It's like a little locking thing. And you wiggle it. And this slides right out. It's called a ribbon cable. Okay, that's out. We look around, you'll see there's screws here. You want to unscrew. And I believe all these screws are the same. There's one there, there's another one here. And another one there. These basically just hold the PC board down to this panel that we're going to replace. So as you can see, all these screws are the same. So we're not going to have to worry about where they go because it doesn't really matter too much. Now to get this panel out, there's little clips here. You're just going to lift those back, kind of lift up on the panel, and do the same thing on the other side. And then the board just comes right out, lift it up, pull it away, and there you have it. So we've got this out. And as far as I can tell, there's no bad burn marks, or there's one on the screen here I noticed. That little black, I don't know if you can see that on the left corner there, but I'm hoping that's not a problem. So we're going to put this down carefully, and we'll take this off. Now I've ordered another panel, and it came today. Here's the back of it. As you can see, it's packed pretty nicely. Still got the little shrink wrap clear protector screen on it to protect that. And take the old one. They look identical. Now, one thing concerns me a little bit is this ribbon cable is a little different, but it does have the same main cable. We'll put this panel right here. We'll take our board and we'll just put it right back in there. Now, sometimes these things are charged, so you don't want to touch any electronic parts, and just to be safe. Just make sure you line it up here with this little tab, and the holes line up. And kind of just pop right back in there. There. Just make sure your holes are lined up for your screws, and they look to be just fine. Well, actually, right there instead. Okay, so I will put those screws back, and we'll just start out with one here. So, since we have a camera here, we're going to make sure this one goes in. Lift this up. Take this, put the little ribbon cable in there. And you're going to kind of push it in there. And it should seat. Make sure it seats down there pretty. You can kind of wiggle it back and forth. Once it goes down as far as it can go, just take this and push it down and lock it in there. And that should do it. Make sure it's looking good, yeah. That looks fine. So what I'll do now is connect the wires back up. Okay, so I've connected all the wires back up. And make sure they're all seated fine, and they are. They have a little locking thing so they kind of snap in place. Okay, now we'll just put the panel back up. Now this doesn't have a ground wire, which on some of the videos I've seen they have a ground wire, but this model doesn't. So I assume it's part of the cable in it. already grounded, so you gotta make sure you get those little arms and those little slots lifted up a little bit on the top as well. Okay, that looks good. And it drops right in. And you can tell if the hole is lined up at the top if it's good, and it looks like it's pretty good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and screw everything back together again. Okay, well, we put our screws back. There's one back, one under there, and one above. We put the panel back on and then put the screws on the top back. Now we still have our paper thing on here, so we can take that off. Don't need that anymore. I'll go ahead and close this. Okay, so we're ready to plug it back in. You can see the screen is showing some gibberish, so we'll wait a second. It's probably just a reset. There it goes. It says press, or please press clock. It's clock, which is right there. And it's flashing time, so it wants us to set the time. And right now it's 5:14, so we do 5:14. And I guess we press the clock again. AM, PM, it's PM. And we'll open the door. Just go around for a few seconds. Let's just push at 30 seconds. Express, it's working, so I think we're good. We're going to go ahead and just turn it off. And there you go. Everything looks to be working. Hope you enjoyed this video. And save yourself some money by replacing the panel yourself, or get someone who's qualified to do it. I've now been using the microwave for over a month and it's working just fine.